Hey, it's Chrissy from Up the Windy Lane, back in my kitchen, and I'm going to show you what to do with those pear scraps that you cut off to can those pears. So the ends that I cut off and the cores that I cut out of whenever I made and canned the pear slices, I keep those as long as I don't have bad spots in them, and I cook them down, as you can see right here. Now, this is some of the leftover pears that I didn't want to can. I got 64 quarts of canned pears, so I don't really need any more. And so I cut up the rest, and I'm cooking them down with the ends. You can see the ends right here. Get one of these. So this is the top, and there's some of the bottoms in here, and the cores, and I cook them down, get them really mushy, and then run them through my food mill. So this is my food mill. This was my grandmother's. I have kept it and used it ever since. I've used this for, gosh, I don't even know, maybe 10 or 15 years, 20 years maybe, probably 20 years. But I just cook it down, you run it through here. It basically puts applesauce or pear sauce out right here, puts the scraps. So you're gonna have seeds and peel. The stem will be in here as well. Now this will go to the chickens. This is not going to be a very long video. I just wanted to show you and tell you what I do with the scraps, and I turn them into pear sauce. You can see up here I have the 64 quarts of pears. Now some I did peel, most of them I did not peel though. But I am making the pear sauce so I can use it like applesauce. I can use it to cook, we can eat it. There's just lots of different things you can do with it, but it's basically like applesauce. Alright, I had to step outside for just a minute. I just wanted to show you that you can save your scraps if they are, if they don't have bad spots on them. Now some of them, I cut bad spots out of the pears, so I gave those to the chickens or throw them away. But if they have good spots, if they have good spots, if they're good, if the ends you cut off, these pears were really good. So they really didn't have that many spots. And so if you end up with a lot of good scrap, then I would cook it down and try to process it somehow. And then you can, if you don't have very much, you can just put it in jars. I did some last week and I got 2 quarts, so I just put them in the refrigerator, and we'll just eat those or put them in recipes. And this, I will probably can this. I haven't decided yet, even though it's like I'm right in the middle of it. I haven't decided what I'm going to put it in, if I'm going to put it in quarts or pints. I think the pints would probably be a waste, but I do have a recipe that I use applesauce in that I could use pear sauce, and it takes 2 cups, so I could just open a small jar. But my pints are kind of slim right now, and I really want to can some beans, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. It depends on probably how much pear sauce I get, but more than likely it will go in quarts with maybe the new Harvest lids, because that's about all I have left now. If you haven't tried the Harvest lids, they do a little bit of a learning curve. I've used them a couple of times and I had so luck with them, so may try them again and see if maybe I'm not tightening them down enough. So I'm going to try those, but I am going to use all my lids that I have so far, and then I will move over to the Harvest lids because I just don't want to mess with that tonight. But it is a beautiful night. The moon is trying to peek through the trees right there. There's that gamma lid that I had out in the sun trying to stretch, and haven't messed with that yet, so we'll see how that works. But I'm just going to go in. I'm going to process this. I will water bath can them once I get them canned, and basically do similar to what I did with the pears, and then basically the same. Let them cool, get them out, let them seal, take the rings off, wipe them down, mark them, and put them on the shelf, and that is about it. Hey, I am out here. It is the next day. I'm out here getting ready to milk Miss Annabelle. She's probably wondering what in the world I'm doing because it's taking me so long to actually milk, because I gave her breakfast already. You see her back there eating. I just wanted to pop on here really quickly. I did get the pear sauce processed. Processed it for about 20 minutes in the water bath canner for quart jars. let it set out, and they all sealed. So I got, let's see, how many did I get? I think I got 15 quarts of pear sauce. Now what I used, like I said, was the scraps and then just the rest of the pears, which was about 25 or so pounds of pears. I did save some of the better ones just for us to slice up and eat. But I used that harvest lid because I ran out of regular lids, and I just used the one because that's all I needed. But it worked really well. I didn't have great luck with them before when I used them, but I don't think I was snugging them down tight enough. So I just kind of snugged it like I do my other canning lids, and it worked really well. It did concave down in there. That's the word I'm looking for. Now it doesn't pop, so you don't get that nice pop noise, but it does suction down in there when that when you water bath can, and it pulls the air out and everything. But I don't think I was getting them tight enough, because you've got to have that nice I guess pressure on that ring so that it will seal and not bubble out. So I'm going to show you that whenever I go in, but first I got to get her milked, and then I'll see you in a minute. So I just got back inside, got the milk all put away. So here are 7, right? 7 jars that I did. You'll see I took the rings off. I probably should have waited a little bit, but they are sealed, and I just need to clean them off and get the sticky off of them, and get the, I did have 1 jar bust. I had 1 jar bust whenever I put it in the canner. So there was pear sauce all in the water, and that's what is all over the tops of these. So here is the harvest lid, harvest guard lid. It worked out really well, and as you can see, it's concave down in there. Okay, so after I showed you that, I got to thinking, I was like, I don't remember that. I thought that was up, but maybe not, because all of these are concave down in there as well. So I'm not sure what I was remembering. Maybe it was bubbled up a little bit after I took it out of the canner, but now I don't remember. I want to say that it was, but anyways. Okay, so these evidently don't do anything like that. And that may be why they're so hard. That may be why they're harder to use, but this is what you get. You get these rings. These are reusable. These are just plastic, BPA free. And then so you put the little ring on there, and you tighten it down just like you would a normal canning lid. And of course this part is reusable, and I'm assuming this is not, so you have to buy more rings. But I bought quite a few of the regular and wide mouths, so we'll see how they work. So I hope you enjoyed this very short video, but I just wanted to give you a little tip there. So this will be maybe just a little tip video. But as always, thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel, help us out, and don't forget to be a lovely light today.